The weather's cooling down, so I want to give you a recipe that you can use for the fall or even as a Thanksgiving side dish. What it is Maque Choux. Now, when you think of the title, you're thinking Louisiana, you're thinking Cajun flavors, and yes, we have some Cajun flavors here. But what I love about this dish is you can make it to whatever region you live in. So I'm in Southern California. If I want to use Mexican chorizo or those types of ingredients, totally can. But this recipe is very universal and you can match it to the flavor profile that you like. So I want to start off, hot pan. I'm going to use butter. Could you use oil? Totally can. But what I like about butter in this dish, we're using heavy cream. If we use the butter and the heavy cream, it kind of gets homogeneous, no problem. The look of the dish is much nicer. If you use oil with the cream, you might have a little oil slick, which again, if we're talking about flavor, not gonna matter. But visually, you may not like it. So I'm adding butter. Just like any saute, we're trying to cover the pan, as you can see. I'm gonna add some onion. Can you add shallot? Sure. Now, getting back to technique. When we talk about cooking onions, two ways we can go. We can go sweat, where we're not gonna get a lot of color, or caramelization, like what you would do for French onion soup. I'm just looking for sweating, translucency, and when do I know I get there? I could visually look and see, is it translucent? And yeah, pretty much close to be there. Also, the smell. Am I getting a lot of onion? Guys, onion? Onion. So that tells me I can go ahead and add my garlic. And again, when we talk about recipes, think about technique and not just the recipe. Because you'll see things like garlic and they'll say 2 or 3 minutes. I don't know how hot your pan is. I don't know what kind of, BTUs you have. When you could smell the garlic's done. I'm getting some garlic. I can go on to add my other ingredients. I have some red bell pepper. I like the color. I have some yellow. Get these mixed in here. And what I like about this dish is you can have different textures. So what do I mean by that? This bell pepper is nice and light, it's crunchy, it's colorful. I want to keep it that way. Now, if you want to sweat these down and make them soft because you like that texture, you can totally do it. But for me, I want it crisp. Next, I'm going to add my Linguica sausage. Could you use other sausage? Hot links? Sure. Kielbasa? No problem. But I like Linguica for this. Go ahead and saute it up. Right away, you can see what kind of color I'm getting. Beautiful color. Finally, again, Southern California, little jalapeno. If you like it hotter, you can go ahead and add serrano, habanero. If you want it less, Fresno chilies, or don't put anything. Just get that in there. Now comes the corn. Now, wherever you're at, you might not be able to get fresh white corn. Southern California, we have it all year. If you have to use canned, you can use that too. It's all about flavors. But I love the crunchiness of white corn, the sweetness. Really goes nice when you talk about hot flavors and linguiça and the jalapeno. So go ahead and add that in. Just want to mix this in. All right, let's talk about seasoning. I want to put a base layer of salt in here. And as we cook, we're going to keep on checking our salt content. Add some pepper because I love pepper. Finally, since we're using Cajun flavors here, I have some Cajun seasoning.
Is that like paprika?
Yeah, it's kind of like Old Bay and has some bay leaf in it and has some paprika and other seasonings. Just your typical Cajun spice. You just want to add paprika and cayenne, almost the same thing. Now, what makes this the dish? Heavy cream. Do you need it? No. But when we talk about fall flavors and even Thanksgiving, you got some mashed potatoes, you got some, white meat turkey. You don't want that mouthfeel and like gravy almost if you don't want to use the gravy. But right here, you can see how luscious it's gonna be and just the texture. This is not a cream corn because I'm not doing the whole flour and roux thing, but it's just really nice flavor. Side of mash. Can you feel me? So we're gonna let this cook. Cream's gonna get thick. The corn's gonna break down, get a little softer, and the flavors are gonna marry here and get nice. So I would just let it go 5-6 minutes and see where we're at. It's been about 5 minutes. You can see it's really cooked down. You'll have to believe me, there's still texture on this corn. It's really holding the shape up nice. I just want to taste it to see how the salt's doing and how the flavoring is. Nice. A little bit of salt. A little bit more pepper. Go ahead and mix it up. Add my green onion. Again, this is a garnish, a little bit of flavor, a little bit of color. All right, give it a mixy mix. That's all she wrote. Let's plate it up. All right, let's get this in the bowl. Let me just look at the creaminess right there. Let me get a space for you guys to check that out. I mean, light. I know it's cream, but when I say light, it's not like thick. It's not like a bechamel or a cheesy sauce. It's nice and light. You can plate this up as a side. And what I was telling the guys right now is some shrimp, some scallops, whitefish. Nice. But again, this will be a beautiful side for Thanksgiving. And I think it's something that you'd really enjoy. Some simple maque choux. What I love about this dish is the flavor profile and the texture of everything. I mean, fresh corn, really nice. And then the bell pepper that are not cooked down gives it nice texture. And then we have the meatiness of the linguica. So overall, it's just a nice dish. And the use of cream without the flour, just silky smooth. Yes, is it heavy? Yeah, you're using heavy cream. But the thing is, it's light. So as a mashed potato or a roasted potato, really nice complement. And again, great dish for Thanksgiving or even a simple whitefish, scallop, or shrimp. This is definitely a recipe you should try.